ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Into the Breach, our continuing series as we dive on into the campaign of this game. Oh man, today we're going to be taking a look at the next two islands, hopefully, fingers crossed, R.S.T Corporation and Pinnacle Robotics. First, we're going to take a look at R.S.T Corporation. The CEO, the runner of this corporation, of this particular island, is, of course, Jessica Kern. And they are terraforming specialists. R.S.T turned the environment against the Vec, the alien invaders, and nearly destroyed their island in the process. Let's take a look at where we are at, where things are currently situated at as far as our availability. We've pulled over the previous power grid score. Our defense grid is 23%, almost effectively a quarter of every single impact on a civilian or defensive structure is going to be repulsed, which is fantastic. We want to keep an eye on building this up if we can. But first and foremost, we want to get that corporation reputation rocking and rolling, because as we get access to that, we can buy more things such as mech cores, so on and so forth, reactor cores to power up our mechs and our abilities. Now, if we recall, we have our combat mech up here, which punches things pretty darn good. We've got our cannon mech over here where we have Silica situated up as the pilot. Eventually, we will be able to take 2 turns, and it can do a lot of damage in a straight line. And of course, our artillery mech doing a lot of fantastic work as well. Now, here on the R.S.T Corporation Island, this is a barren desert wasteland. The environment is desert. Right now, I'm going to very likely go for this one right here because there's 2 potential, corporate reputation options available. Destroy 2 mountains. I don't know if I'm really going to dive into that. That seems like a waste of resources and potentially going to be difficult. And this also has kill at least 5 enemies. We can likely do that. Over here is going to be, hey, there's defensive shields active, R.S.T Quake Fence. Take less than 3 grid damage, and warning there are cataclysm, which means part of the ground is going to be destroyed for 1, or if we're only going to be stuck with 1, because this, let's be honest, destroying 2 mountains, I'm not really going to be diving in on that. I'm going to be focusing in on destroying the Vec. This one isn't necessarily so bad. Take less than 3 grid damage, gives us a corporate reputation bonus, as well as protect the coal plant gives us another power grid token bonus, which will increase our grid defense. So I'm on board with this one. Now, what that means is we're likely not going to unlock a pile of new things, right? We're going to unlock whatever this next one is down here, and we'll have these 2 standing items, but that's all right. We'll start with this. So what do we have to do? Looks like we have, so take less than 3 grid damage, which means protecting the building structures down there as well as the coal power plant. It's kind of a double whammy on that one with 2 spawning locations below. Let's start the mission. Let's get stuck on in. Oh man, what are we dealing with here? Right off the bat, we have a blast scion, which looks like it is giving explosive decay. Oh, that's not good. So all other Vec will explode on death, dealing 1 damage to adjacent tiles if we leave this alive. That's important. We don't want to wreck this. We have to push that off and then destroy it. That's the goal. Now down here is just a standard Firefly. They also have the explosive decay because of what we're dealing with here with a blast scion. But, more than that, they do 1 damage and they can launch some stuff. So nothing super, super crazy. You notice down here, though, they are on a sand tile. Now, because of this biome that we're fighting in, that sand tile will turn into smoke. Now, smoke is important because for most mechs and most pilots, and we do have one, not with us, but we do have one that can ignore those effects, whether they're webbed or smoke or whatever. So it's important to know that as an environmental effect to be aware of that could potentially ruin our day. So how do we want to handle this? So we're going to get in here, put that one over there. We'll set our vehicle over there, and we'll situate this one here so we can hopefully get in and maneuver these mechs out of the way, or these Vecs, I should say. Basically, think big, giant, angry bugs, similar to Starship Troopers style, as we talked about in the previous episode. So we're going to confirm our start. We got 5 turns for victory to make this work. Let's get stuck in and see what happens. We have a time pod coming in. It's always good to be able to get our hands on that to see if we can get some good bonuses. And this might actually make it relatively easy. You can see that the blast scion is going after the coal plant, or at least it's hanging out, and this one right here is going after that as well. You can see the attack order here as well. This one is, the blast scion is going first, and then this bug down here, the Firefly, is going second. So rather than doing what we were originally set up to do, we're just going to outright punch this thing till it blows up. There we go, it's gone. No longer has the blast scion ability, which is nice. That's going to be a good time. And with that, question is, can we get in here? This is 3 damage, so we're not going to be able to outright kill it. However, we could likely get in here and get it pushed one way over there. That way, It's only dealing us damage up there against our mech, which has a lot of hit points. Again, this one is only able to do 1 damage, so it's not the end of the world. We're going to get up here. We're going to grab that particular pod. We have that pod secured now with silica, so we're going to get that bonus, which is going to be good. We've got that additional bonus objective. And now we just have to work through whatever is coming after us. So fingers crossed, ladies and gents, as we dive in on this wonderful adventure. I am your host with the most, TheChronicToast. And we're going to see if we can't complete 2 of these islands, starting with this mission here Into the Breach. Oh, baby, I'm excited. I'm so excited. This game is a lot of fun. It makes you think. Now, fingers crossed we don't end up making too many mistakes, but one thing at a time for sure. Now, we're going to get over here, and we're going to shoot down this way, which is going to do 2 damage to this one, push it into the other, which should hopefully take care of this one and free up this space. Oh, not quite. We miscalculated that one just a wee little bit. So, let's see. This one is going after us, I think. So we're just going to move out of the way. We're going to do some damage here. There we go. That's going to free up that space. And now we can get in here with Lily in our punch bot and do enough damage to finish this off, I think. There we go. Now, we've cleared the board with the exception of 1 Firefly down here. And we have 1 more coming up. I think we'll be okay on this. Now, remember, we are playing on easy just for simple narrative measures. You can see the dust cloud down there kind of filling the space as the sand dune goes away. These things are scary because when these get, a chance to stick around, they blow up. They do a lot of damage. Not really that fantastic. Don't want to be around those for sure. Now, we are going to step back here. We want to make sure that this building is taken care of. We're going to bump this bug over there. That's not going to help out, unfortunately. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Shoot. We might have already messed this one up, but we're going to do what we can. We're going to move over here, punch us over into the water. There it is. That bug drowns. Nice. As Sergey says, Vec and water do not mix. And we're going to move back over here, and we're going to shoot this until it blows up. There we go. Out of the way, turning that sand dune into a little bit of dust. Now, so far, we are going to block this 1 Vec from coming up. We're going to take some damage. This is, it's not attacking stuff. It just kind of throws things around. It's a blobber, but they are dangerous. And we have to keep an eye on it because that is going to be very, very painful. Now, well, if one of our mechs does get permanently damaged, loses all of its hit points per se, the vehicle will be fine, but the pilot will be very dead. And at least for this playthrough, we will not be able to use them again, which is a problem. That is definitely a concern. And so it's something we have to be cognizant of. Now, we are going to move back over here. We're going to take a shot at this. There we go. That's taken care of. All the damage to the buildings are taken care of. So we're going to win this particular mission. Just a matter of, are we going to get ourselves free of this danger? And I think we definitely will be. The blobbers are going to survive to live another day and go underground and leave, but it's all right. We have won this particular mission, and that is what we are, intending to do. Now, remember, I just remembered this. We upgraded this particular vehicle, this mech over here, to be able to shoot twice. And there we are. We're able to destroy some more sand dunes. But we got to keep that in mind that we can shoot twice, 2 damage and 2 damage. That's pretty important. That's definitely pretty important. And there goes the blobber on down. And with that, the Rift Walkers, which is our mercenary unit, our time unit, has been successful. Therefore, we've gotten all the extra goodies, and we get a chance to open up a time pod, which I'm pretty excited. And of course, we got 500 civilians rescued here. No one is that close to leveling up just yet, but we're getting there. Maybe by the end of this, we will definitely have some extra skills. So what do we have? We have a reactor core, which is awesome. Always excited about that. And Sierra Quadrant has opened up. Kill at least 5 enemies and protect the coal plant. I think we are well situated to do that. So I think that's going to be the mission that we take. But first, let's go in here. We have an extra reactor core. Can we make this work? I think so. We're going to install that. We're going to put it over here. In order to do that, we're going to remove it from the health and put it down here. So we are back down to 2 health, which is a little dangerous. However, our cannon is now doing 2 damage, and we can do that twice. So 2 damage and 2 damage is pretty impressive. I'm pretty excited about that, and it should be pretty darn good. So we're going to go over here to the Sierra Quadrant and see what we got. Looks like we have a big giant hole in the ground, an underground waterfall. That's interesting. Protect the coal power plant, which is right down here, and at least kill 5 enemies coming back up. I think we'll be all right. We'll be in a little bit of trouble because of the building placement if we do need to get in here and shift some of the VEC off from some of these water areas. So we'll see how that plays off. But I think that's going to be a challenge accepted, and we'll go from there. Now, of course, the scorpions are always a little dangerous. They can web and they can go in and do, 1 damage. They're not too terrible, but they are a little dangerous. And unfortunately, the spitting glands that they have here on the scarabs, they can lob it pretty darn far. But again, it only does 1 damage, so it's not the end of the world. Remove those over there, and we'll situate our artillery mech here on the backfield. It should be all right. 3, 2, and a lot of hit points there as well. So there we are, dropping on in. Let's see what we can do. Where are they going to go? They're going to move over there, lob over to that building, so we do have to push that building off. We do have to take care of 2 of those. Oh, ladies and gents. Apparently, this is something new for myself. We have 2 fireflies. Hornets. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, man. In the middle of nowhere. Now, we can't push them down into the water because they are not going to survive that far. They don't fall down. They can fly. So we have to be careful of that. Oh, man, no. If we don't do anything else, we will be able to shoot twice. It's not going to help us out too much here. We can move everywhere we need to because Lily gives us extra movement, which is good. We are limited here. So I'm going to move this vehicle up here, that mech up there. I'm going to move this Lily's vehicle, or this mech over there. We're going to punch this bug. There it goes, dead. We're going to end up pushing this mech over there. Dangerous situation. We're going to come up here and shift Sergey around to get a direct fire on this to hopefully finish that off. And then we'll be dealing with the 2 hornets and potentially other things that are coming up from these depths. So we'll see what happens. We've gone in and killed 2 enemies already. There they are. They're going up against the building, and they're going up against the housing unit over there with 1 more coming up. So if we kill these 3 units before we leave, we will have accomplished our goal up here. You can see it's currently counting up. We have killed 2. We have a total of 5 to protect the power plant as well. Our grid defense is up because of that extra electrical and power grid upgrade that we got earlier, which is awesome. So basically, 1 out of every 4 hit, 25% chance of everything that impacts these buildings is going to be repulsed. Now, we could take that hit. We could take that chance. I want to keep building it up because that is very, very important. Oh, man. And Lily is out of range, so she is out of this fight currently. Not great. So we're going to get in here to deal 2 damage up there. That's going to be helpful. I guess we can do a shot this way to shift that particular hornet over. That'll be all right. And of course, Lily is out of position, so we're going to move up there and get situated and hopefully be available to kind of dive into one of these hornets next turn. So there we are. We're sitting at 3 out of 5. And enemy activity, I don't see any just yet. Oh, there's a lot more coming back up, but we only have victory in 2 more turns. We'll be okay, I think. And so with this, we're going to take Lily, and we're just going to punch this hornet over there. There we go. We only need 1 more kill. What to do? I think we're going to move up here with our artillery mech and push this hornet off base so it's not going to be going after this building. There we go. Not much more we can do beyond that. But we do have Silica prepped and ready to go for the next time around. There's nothing within firing arc. So we're going to hold off. We're going to make sure that we can get to this last victory round. Hopefully, we can go in and finish up this round and get ourselves to victory. Now, they're going after our punch bot with Lily. That's okay. We can move out of that range. And on top of that, we can also deal some damage up there if we move our artillery mech. So we'll move our artillery mech here. I know I don't want to lob a shell here because it's going to bump our tank into us. But what we can do, because we haven't moved, is deal 2 damage there. And deal 2 damage there. I love it. Silica doing an awesome job, especially with the upgraded guns on this. But we have made a mistake. We have made a mistake, potentially. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Oh, this is going to be rough because we're going to deal damage to ourselves. But we're going to give it a shot. We're going to try to bump this hornet off of this objective. There we go. We did it. We're still alive. We're still alive and kicking. Now we're going to get up here with Lily and smash this hornet. There we go. We have managed, ladies and gentlemen, to clear this level. And we're going to protect the coal plant and boost this up even higher. There we go. Successful indeed. All our pilots are okay on our mechs will be restored as we go to the next mission. Again, that's what I love about this particular game, Into the Breach. Everything is quick, concise, and it's brutal. There's no forgiveness here in this. If you make a mistake, you are stuck with it, and you have to live with those consequences. which is even more difficult as you go on to higher and higher difficulty settings. Now you can see we are bumping up our defense grid to 26, which is pretty cool. Very, very excited about that. Our overpower bonus has gone down from +2 only to a +1, so it's going to have minimal returns as we go. If we got this a little too high, we could effectively ignore our buildings, and so there's a certain balancing factor in there as we go on in. So let's go forward. Again, CEO Jessica Kern up there, a little suspicious about what we're really here for. Time traveling is weird. Why are we at this location? I get it, But what's cool about this? We've gone in here, we've completed the Sierra Quadrant, and now we can get in here and take a look at what else is available. So, Dead Bird Field, defend the Earth Mover, and end battle with less than 4 mech damage. That's a pretty good bet, because we can get in there and get 2 of these reactor cores effectively. Corporate Reputation, which we can use to buy reactor cores, or we can go for the Rift. End the battle with less than 4 mech damage and protect the power generator, 1 of each. We're going to go for the Dead Bird Field. I think this is going to be most advantageous to us, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, this is actually going to be a little bit different because interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to work. This is an Earth Mover over here, which is going to move. It basically pounds the ground. It does different things. Fills stuff up is my guess. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. This could be very, very difficult. Again, we've got a blobber down here, with the unstable growths. So the growths will explode. It's basically lobbing bombs. And of course, you've got a Scorpion that's able to move 3 and deal 1 damage, as well as web stuff, so it can't move very far. We're gonna put our artillery piece there. We're gonna move our gunner over there, and we're gonna move our artillery piece back a little bit. Should be all right. We're gonna confirm this. We're gonna see, because these Vex, these giant bugs, are gonna move. We're gonna see what happens. Sergey says, "Let's secure the region." Oh man, I am all about that. So there it is. The Earth Mover has gone in and lifted some dirt up. Looks like we lifted up some Vec with us as well. We have a few things on our plate. We got to get this particular, this Vec, this Scorpion, off of this mover. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen. In addition, we need to clear this out. So we're going to move Sergey up here with our artillery mech. And oh man, we already made a mistake. So we're going to undo that move. We're going to move over here. I want to be able to bump the Scorpion over into this area and to deal damage to this blobber. That should be a lot of fun. There we go. Not only is this Scorpion, this is no longer web, the Scorpion's going to deal damage over here to this blobber. It's also going to take damage from being on top of incoming bugs down there, which is always pretty cool. We're going to move Silica over to here and get some shots in on this. There we go. That's taken care of. And we're going to take Lily and move up here and deal some damage this way. A bunch of damage. 2 damage rolling in plus some extra stuff. Oh, if we do that, we're going to take 1 damage ourselves. Should be all right. We should be careful of how much damage we are taking. So there we go. The Scorpion only goes adjacent, so we are A-okay with that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing good. So here we go. Let's rock and roll. Let's see what's happening. There goes the Scorpion's attack. It's going to take another damage from being blocked, and we have some more Vec coming on in with 1 more being popped up here. Over here, we have a Lobber, I believe is what that is. Diving in over on those buildings. We got to take care of that. It's a Scarab, actually, dealing 1 artillery damage and able to move quite far. So we're just going to take Lily. We're just going to punch away, crush the mountain up a little tiny bit there. Nothing too crazy going on. And I think we're going to move Sergey up here. We're going to try to bump this Vec off if we can. There we go, dropping off the edge. That one is gone. And again, we're trying not to take any mech damage if we don't have to. So we're just going to hold back a little bit here with Silica in that giant gun tractor of a mech. I love it. Oh man, Lily says we got Vec topside. We have 3 turns until victory. Where is this going to go, and what is actually being upgraded here with this Blast Scion? That's a concern we always have to check. So for this Blast Scion, it is giving explosive decay. So when you kill one of these other bugs, these other Vec, they're going to be going in there and dealing damage adjacent. So we need to take care of that first. Oh man, that's a concern. So we can move Silica up here, take a shot, bump that Scorpion off to the side. That frees up this particular mech to be able to deal with some more stuff. But what we really need to do is get Lily up here and smash the Scion. There we go. That is no longer a concern. There is no longer additional damage that can be done. We're going to move Silica up here, shoot this to the side. Now, of course, with this, we're going to have Sergey. We're going to have Sergey over here, shoot down here, Oh, we don't want to do that. Crap. That's not going to work out well at all. We're going to undo the move. Can we go anywhere else? Not really. That's not really an option for us. So it is something we have to be cognizant of. That is a risk that we have just now assumed. I don't want to deal damage to either of these two. That's going to damage our mech. It's going to damage the Earth Mover. We got to protect that. So with that, I guess what we can do, move down here, and we'll move our own mech out of the way here so it's not going to take damage. There we go. And we'll see how this plays out. Victory in 2 turns. What do we have going on? There goes the Scorpion, dealing us damage and missing. We got one more Scorpion coming up, and another Vec showing up. That's right, unauthorized organic excretions compromising mobility. You, sir, just got webbed. Now down here is going to be the Firefly, deals 1 damage, moves 2. Not something you really want to tangle with, all things considered. We're going to get down here. We're going to deal some damage to this bug, move that off the target. We're going to take Sergey over here. We're going to drop a piece here just to move this off the target over there. There we go, damaging this way. And unfortunately, our Silica is taken care of down here, but we do get a chance to do some damage. Oh, man. Mistakes were made, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to take some damage. Unfortunately, this does not go adjacent. This goes all the way over, so lessons learned. It is what it is. Hopefully that building can repulse it. Maybe we'll be lucky. Let's see what happens. There goes a miss, and coming on in. Oh, there it is. Power grid dropped. Not good. Not good. That was the last round as well. We did complete our mission. We did lose the power grid down by 1. You can see that the grid defense, though, managed to stay up, which is awesome. So even though you can fill this up and this can fluctuate, if you start to overfill, you're constantly building additional defense that sticks around, which is awesome. Super, super good. Not too shabby. With that, we got 1 more to go, and then the question is the remaining 3 that we are not able to get to, those will get lost. Those will fall into the dirt and fall by the wayside. So which one do we want to go to? Destroy 2 mountains, kill at least 5 enemy, end battle with less than 4 mech damage, protect the power generators. I think we'll go for this. We'll get that power grid energy bonus back up again. There's going to be seismic activity, which is pretty cool. Ground tiles will periodically sink into chasms, taking any unit with them. It's basically anything that's on them is automatically wrecked. And, you know, that's all right. So let's see. We're just going to kind of situate up here in a holding pattern. Actually, we're going to move this down there in case this doesn't move, and we'll see how that goes. Dropping on in, we'll see what we can do. Protect the power generator, and don't get damaged that often. It'll be all right. You can see the seismic activity moving in there, and right off the bat, this is going to be wrecked, but we might not be able to have the luxury of letting this stick around because explosive decay. If we kill something, it's going to get detonated, and this is going to be very, very painful. This is going to be a problem. We're going to move up here, and we're going to punch this over there. It's not going to kill it, which is good. It'll move that out of the way. We can leave this be. And we don't want to step on top of these, unfortunately, as we normally would, because we will take damage. So we're going to end that turn. We're going to go down to 4 victory turns remaining. 4 turns to victory. There goes the blast. Never mind. It's a floating flying Vec. Something to consider. Crap. We just wasted an action economy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, not good. Not good. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Crap. Well, we'll move back. We'll blast this away. There we go. That frees up our little buddy down there. And we're going to try to use that explosive decay to our advantage if we can. Moving down here, and that's not going to be enough, so we're going to undo that move. Shoot. Oh, man, this is tough. We're going to take some damage if we do this. We're going to have to take the damage on the buildings. I'm not going to be willing to take the damage on the actual mechs. So we're going to come down here. We're going to shoot this away. Boom, there it is. It's all right. And we're going to go in here and use Lily to deal some damage here. Boom, freeing ourselves up. But unfortunately, this Firefly is going to get damage in on this. Fingers crossed. Our grid defense can hold. We don't know. We're going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be enough. Maybe it'll be enough. No, it's not enough. There goes another one. Golly gee whiz, holy wow, that is not what we're hoping for. The lobber, of course, dropping some more down there. We are behind the ball on the action economy because we missed the fact that the blast scion floats. It's not going to fall down and collapse down with the terrain underneath of it. That is a mistake on my part, and as a result, we are paying for it. This game does not pull punches, even on easy mode. It is a great, great learning mechanism for sure. Now, the best part is we can fire twice because of where we are at right now, which is good. So we're going to go in here and shoot this. Boop. We're going to go over there and shoot that. Boop. There we go. And we're going to see what we can do to move this one Vec over just a wee little bit. There we go. Over onto this area. It's going to deal damage potentially towards us as a concern, but it's going to take damage down there as well. Now we're going to have Lily come over here and punch this bug this way. There we are. And as you can see, the only area that's in risk is, of course, the space in between our mech and that Vec. It's hard to say differently, but hey, big, giant, scary bugs versus big, giant, robotic things. And this particular Scorpion is going to take damage because it is sitting on top of a Vec spawning location. We're going to end that turn. We're going to dive on in. Let's see what happens. There goes the ground. 2 turns until victory. I think we'll be able to make this work. We're going to get at least 1 power grid token back. Hopefully, fingers crossed, and with that, we should be all right. But that is going to always be the concern, right? So, interesting enough, we have the ability to deal some damage. We're going to deal damage there, and we're going to deal damage over there. It does some damage to us, but it does the 2 damage to this Vec and 1 more from pushing it into our mech. You can see we have currently taken 1 damage. Now, here's the other thing. I want to get up here, and I want to push this into the pit. There we go. It's gone. We're going to move Sergey down here and do a big, giant 1 damage onto this. This is going to then push Lily 1 closer, but she should be fine. Only does 1 tile. There we go. We've cleared it with victory in 1 turn. Ladies and gentlemen, I think once the seismic activity finishes, we have won this particular encounter. Now, we're going to see the rest of this island, the R.S.T. Corp island, fall away at the end of this. So, beyond that, there we go. 1 additional mech move. Lily is even more maneuverable, which is really good in the punch bot. That gives a lot of flexibility. Plus 3 grid defense. Oh, that's really, really good. That means that Silica is the one that's boosting our grid defense from 26 to 29, I think. Yep. Pilot bonus is plus 3 right there. Nice. That's why that went. But here we go. Seismic activity. Down they fall. And we are now able to go in and tackle the corporate HQ, which is the final boss of sorts of this particular situation. Destroy the Hornet leader and protect the corporate tower, which is always what we want to do. Let's see. We have to rely on you for this final time to help us out. You know, Jessica Kern, not very, very excited about us being here, but we are doing a job. They can appreciate that, and it's doing some fantastic stuff. The Hornet leader, as well as protect the tower. Let's dive on in. What are we dealing with here? So the Hornet leader, it can stab 3 tiles in a row at 2 damage a pop. That is very, very dangerous. It also is massive. What that means is it, can walk in water, but it will prevent it from shooting. But it is also flying, which means it can move over any terrain tile and isn't impacted by that. So it's a situation we got to deal with. Hive leader, these are the most powerful Vec. Immune to water, they can be more challenging to kill. So even if it wasn't flying, we couldn't knock it into the water. It wouldn't care about that. And of course, the standard Scorpion down here, move 3, deal 1 damage. This has a lot of hit points. It's a lot of hit points. Now we're going to take Sergey back here with artillery mech and try to get lucky with Silica here in our blaster mech. Just doing what we can to try to deal double damage. That's really what this mech is built for, and we're going to work on it if we can. Now the Hornet is moving in a situation that's going to be very, very dangerous. We got to protect this corporate tower down here to get an extra bonus, as well as to destroy the Hornet leader. And right off the bat, already bad things are happening. So we're going to move Silica over there. We're going to push the Hornet leader 1 over. That way the damage attack is going to miss. We're going to go in here with Lily. It's going to damage both of our mechs. That's all right. 2 to the actual Scorpion, 1 against that. And of course, then we have this. We're going to move Sergey over here just slightly out of range, and we're going to try to do at least 1 damage, getting some of that damage in while we can. It's got 3 hit points left. And we only see 1 additional Vex spawning in, but it could be something very, very scary. We don't know just yet. We have 4 turns until we find victory. Now you can see the Hornet, the Hornet leader got in there, did a lot of damage in terms of wrecking all the stuff, destroyed the sand pit, the sand dune there, which is now a big, giant smoke tile. You cannot attack or repair while you're within inside of it. This is very, very dangerous, but because of our shoot twice ability, we should be okay. 1 damage going on in. An additional, there it is. The Hornet Leader is down. Scratch that up off the list on the top right. Now we should be able to get Lily in here and deal 2 damage as well. Punch and crunch. There we go. And then we can move Sergey over, and we can basically hang out and wait. 3 turns until victory for this island, the R.S.T Corporation Island. We're doing all right. What is popping up? We have one coming up over here. Of course, we have the Scorpion down there. We're going to do the exact same thing. 1 shot, 2 shot, bada bing, bada boom. We're going to have Lily go and stand on top of that. And we're going to have Sergey move up here. Now, Lily is going to try to repair. There's nothing to repair, so it's all right. We're done for the turn. Every now and then, you can always go in and repair yourself. And that's it. Victory in 1 turn. We are good to go. We are just going to end it up there. With that, we have completed the boss level of the R.S.T Corporation Island. CEO Jessica Curran is probably going to be very, very happy, I hope. Oh, man, good stuff. Now, you can see Lily is already maxed out. She's gotten 2 of her skills ready to go. Silica is ready to go for the second, getting closer and closer. And, of course, her other pilot, Sergey, is getting even closer yet. Not too shabby. Perfect Island. We can just select 1 free reward. You can say continue on what do we want to grab? What do we want? Do we want the Sidewinder Fist? It does damage and move stuff. I think it's okay. We kind of want to keep pushing stuff back. That's working well for us. We have Gunna. Requires 1 power. Deploy anywhere on the map, damaging adjacent enemies. Interesting. This looks like a pilot, which is pretty cool. And down here, of course, is Overpower the Grid. Much there. So we're going to take the pilot. Unlocked in the hangar. Looks pretty darn cool. Now, we can spend a reputation. What do we have here available at the end of this particular mission? We've also got an achievement, which is cool. I'm always excited about that. Knockoff boosters, we could give an upgrade there. Kickoff boosters. Passive effect, mechs gain +1 move if they start adjacent to each other. I've had those before, they're okay. Self-destruct, blow up our mech and destroy everything around. It's pretty cool. It's a little extreme. Repair drop, any class weapon, heal all player units, including disabled mechs. That's pretty cool. Gemini missiles, being able to deal some damage is awesome. Or some straight up supplies and some more energy. As much as this is cool, we're going to get 1 reactor core, 2 reactor core, and now here comes the question. We can always bring pilots back. We can sell pilots back away. But I think we're going to get our grid back to full power. That's going to be very, very helpful. And there we go. Now, the grid looks like it's more or less close to maxed out. It's at 26 right now. Pilot bonus of +3 brings it to 29, which is impressive. We're getting that almost to that 1 in 3 chance. But we might not quite get there before the end of the day. Now, in case you've said, oh, crap, I've missed on all of this, you can always do undo all. It'll bring you back and it'll reset. And you can try again to get what you want to get. We're going to hit that continue button. And we've done what we've got to do. We're going to take a look over here at the cannon mech. We do have a few things here. We could get this installed and get some more health back, which could be useful. Down here, the artillery mech could also get one installed and do some additional stuff. We would need a lot more to get some damage boost here. Likewise, we could spend 3 and get this damage boosted up here as well. I think what we're going to do is we're going to install 1, spend it on the health. We have 1 floating here at the moment. We're going to spend that down here and give additional health as well, just to allow us to take some more damage, have a bit more resilience, redundancy as we move forward. Not too shabby. I'm pretty happy with where we're at with that. We're going to leave the island, go back to the big map. Now remember, because we have completed 2 islands, now the final mission, the final island, the boss island as it were, is unlocked. We're not going to tackle that today. We are going to tackle the Pinnacle Robotics. And as you go through, you will slowly unlock these as you progress, and you can dive right into this. We're going to go on to Pinnacle Robotics next, which I'm always pretty darn excited about. Pinnacle Robotics, more or less, they're fighting 2 different enemies, right? As it says here, once against a Vec that are going in, as well as their own sentient weapons that sometimes turn against them. Cool. We're going to dive on in and see what we get. There you can see that is who we're working with, an AI of sorts. The humans employed at Pinnacle are just as important as the sentient machines. We must stop the Vec to save their life. And with that, here we are. So what do we want to tackle? We don't need to necessarily go after the additional power grid boost, though it would be nice. We're again in it for the corporate reputation, to get more goodies, get more level ups, make our mechs more dangerous. Thermal dampers, defend the robotic factories. Right off the bat, it's a 2, we get 2 stars for doing that. Or over here, defend the robots themselves, Pinnacle Garden. Now, what we decide to do here will unlock more things. Unfortunately, we will not get these unlocked unless we go after the sub-zero range. If we take this, we're not going to see anything else get unlocked. We're just going to get Pinnacle and that. But if we go for Pinnacle Garden, we could get this unlocked, which is 2 additional stars and a reactor core. So we're going to go for Pinnacle Garden and hopefully get to see what this is and get that as well. And then we can dive in and doing these things if we need to. Oh, baby. Here we are. Oh, man. Looks like it's going to be a nice cold area, and these are not going to be very friendly to us is my guess. Smoke immunity, which is interesting. Deploy a single freeze mine. They get to move and it freezes stuff if it goes over it. That's cool. What do we have here for the Soldier Scion? Looks like it's going to be invigorating spores. All other Vec receive +1 HP as long as the Soldier Scion is living, so we want to make sure we get that taken care of. This over here, the Leaper, are very dangerous. They can jump very far. They can wrap stuff up, and they can deal 3 damage. Oh, scary, scary stuff. Now we have to defend the robots. I believe that might be 1 star per each one, but... and there's an Alpha Leader here as well. Deals 5 damage. Oh, gross. Gross, gross, gross. Not ideal. Not good. Not good. Their deployment is admittedly crap, so we're going to be hard-pressed to complete this scenario. We'll see what happens. We are going to give it a good shot. We're going to give it a good, solid effort. And, of course, we got a time pod moving on in. I think we'll see what happens. We'll see where these these Vec end up going. Boom, over there and wrapping one up. That's not too helpful. Not too happy. This one over here, the Alpha Leaper, is really, really well positioned. It's well hit pointed. And of course, this one has 2, which because of the Blastoise thing down there is doing a lot of dangerous stuff. Oh, man, not good. We might be able to get over into the space. Oh, this is probably already going to be gone. That's unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. Actually, I have a theory. I have an idea of how to make this work. We're probably not going to like it, though. We're probably not going to like it at all. There's someone over here. We're going to punch this thing to get that extra hit points taken care of. And we're going to move Sergey down here. We're going to launch and damage our own mech in order to get this taken care of. Boop, out of the way. There we go. And now we can deal some damage here, but we also need to deal some damage there. We're going to let the Leaper live, as much as I hate to say it for now, and push this Alpha Vec off of this building. There we go. We have saved our bonus objectives, right? We've also got the time pod, which is good, before it got, wrecked. And we've got their buildings continued to be, got the pressure removed from them as well. So now we'll see what pops up. We're in a very, very bad place, a very, very bad state. Oh, I don't know what that big worm thing is. That looks scary. That's also new as well to me. The more you play this, the more you discover new and interesting things. No, I'm not worried about this. That is a 1 hit point Vec up there, a big, giant, angry monster, and it's moving. Interesting. So we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to take care of that. But we do only have 3 turns until victory. That should be easy enough to smash. No worries there. What does this thing do? It's a burrower. Okay, so it can move underground. Cannot be moved by any weapon effect, push or teleport. It is stable. Slam against the tile. 3 tiles in a row. Gross. Oh, that's gross. That's very, very gross. Oh, not good. Not good. So we're going to do a double salvo. 1 salvo down here. And it burrowed away. Well, we're going to do one more. Boop. Light the forest on fire. Move that bug, that Vec, out of the way. This frees this up. So we can get down here and do this. At least do 1 damage. Boop. And then up there, we're going to go in and punch this. There we go. And into an ice mine. Now, we can't move necessarily. We are going to take 1 damage. We'll deal with it. It's okay. We will get those hit points back at the end of the round. And that Vec will take 1 damage from the fire. There it goes. Boom, 1 damage rolling on in. And we're doing all right. So far, everything seems to generally be okay. There comes the big giant worm coming back up. Where is it going to go? Looks like it's dealing some more damage adjacent to it. No worries there. We will definitely get that job taken care of. I love Silica up here with a double go. There goes 1 shot into that. Second shot's going to be down here to take this one out. Boom, there it is, down and away. And this is going to get some fire. But just in case it doesn't, we're going to move down here, lob a shell into it. And of course, we're going to move Lily down here to stop one of these Vec from at least popping back up. And we're going to repair ourselves as well to get that inevitable damage we're going to take adjusted and addressed up front. Here we go. We're going in. Once the Vec pops up, boom, there it is. And the robots are moving over. The ice mine layers are moving out of the way. And with that, we have 1 turn until victory. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we got this. We're just going to move down here, take care of that, and with that, we're good to go. We are golden. We're going to end our turn, and that is going to be victory. Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it so much. There it is, 2 corporate reputation. Got all of our objectives secured. What do we have here in the time pod? We have a confused shot, a science weapon for a mech that we don't have right now. But other mechs that you can get are science mechs. They can do interesting things. We got ourselves a reactor core as well, which is pretty darn cool. What do we have here in the tundra? High threat detectives. This is going to be a high risk, high reward mission. Break 5 buildings out of the ice. Ugh, that's going to be a bit of a... That's going to be rough to do. End battle with less than 4 mech damage, okay. But if we protect the defense lab, we immediately get a reactor core, and we already have 1. That's going to be nice. So that's going to be our goal, is to get this additional reactor core. Everything else is going to be a nice bonus event. So if we deal damage to some of these buildings, we can break them out of the ice, which will be good. But I also don't want to wreck them too hard. They're going to be safe and secure in there. So I'm going to focus more on getting a lot of stuff taken care of, and we'll just have to lose out on that additional situation. Not too worried about that. Again, we're going after the reactor core, so we have to protect this right here, the defense lab, in order to get access to that. So mission start. Here we go, diving on in. Alpha Leaper coming up. That's okay. We've got ourselves the ability to double shoot, and we're going to be punching, so that'll be okay. This damage might come in, but it might protect the building. I don't know. We're going to take that chance. We've got ourselves a full power defense grid and the ability to kind of shrug off a lot of blasts. So here we go, a Silica, 1 shot, blam, all the way in. 2nd shot, there we go. Alpha is taken care of. Lula's going to go in for the big punch. Boom, crunch. There it is. And now we just have to deal with Sergey down here. This thing can do 3 damage. That's going to be very, very not bueno, not cool. So we're going to lob an artillery shell down in there and take care of it. And all we have left is a Firefly, dealing 1 damage. And 2 more things coming on in. So as we go down to only 3 turns left towards a victory, we're going to see what we can do. Looks like an attack on a structure counts towards our objective, so that's cool. That's awesome. And the structures themselves are going to be saved, which is awesome. Now, we have to be careful because this is going to be a double whammy here, which means if we're really, really in a bind, one's going to go and the other one's just going to wreck the buildings. That's not fantastically good. We're going to do multiple shots here. 1 shot in, deals 2 damage to this, 1 damage to that. We're going to do it again because Silicon or double shot. Boom, 2 Vex down, taken care of. Moving up here, punching our way in. And of course, that leaves damage going into our friend over there. And there it is, artillery mech coming on in. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. 1 more coming on in, moving down to 2 turns left to victory. Now, again, this is what's really cool about this game. Is you get into this mode where you're just analyzing and saying, what tools do I have? What machines can I build? What mechanisms can I loop together to make this work, make this functional? And ladies and gentlemen, I love it a lot. This is an addictive game, and you can play it over and over and over on a lot of different difficulties. Blasting away down there, doing a lot of work. We'll leave Sergey down there. We'll leave it alone. We're going down into 1 turn left for victory, so we just have to make sure that everyone is good to go. Now may or may not be the time, had we thought about this, to break out some of those buildings. Might be a little bit too late now to get that squared away. It is what it is. So I'm not going to lose sleep over that. We're going to come down here and blast this up. Boop. Oh, that was a mistake on our part because we didn't get it quite where it had to go. We're going to move Lily down here, punch this over into the water, blap and zap, down it goes. And 1 big giant final blap. There we go. We have cleared the board. Everything is good to go. And with that, this particular level is cleared. Oh yeah, that is what I'm talking about. I'm so excited. This is a fantastic, fantastic game. And for anyone that's curious and wants to learn a bit more of the game, a bit more of the availability, the mechanisms, and things like that, you can always go over to intothebreach.gamepedia.com. If that website is still up by the time you view this video, at the time of recording it is. And it's kind of a wiki for Into the Breach. I don't know if it's official or not, but there is a lot of information over there on the game, what's available, some of the really cool phraseology and things like this. So the text up here, that's all documented if you want to learn more. Now notice here, we got ourselves the reactor core, and we got ourselves 1 extra corporation reputation point, which is what we were going for. That's all right. And look at that. Sergey got +1 mech reactor. He got promoted. That is awesome. That is fantastic. So what can we do? So Sergey now has +1 here. We could give him 2 more in the artillery mech and make this thing truly, truly dangerous. I think we're going to leave that be for now. We're just going to give him one more move. That'll be okay. We have 2 of these up here, and we can put that into a few extra things. I really want to make Silica do a lot more damage. A lot more damage. And at the end of clearing this island, we'll be able to get a point into there to make it do more as well. We could likely do same things over here. Make Lily's mech do 4 damage instead of 2. There's a lot of really cool options. Now again, defend the robot factories. We're going to go for it. Why not? It should be fine. It'll be okay. We'll dive on in. So we're going to move up here with Lily. We're going to move Silica over there behind Lily. And we're going to move Sergey out of the way over there, and we'll see how this floats. So this right here is the Factory 1, Factory 2. These are our 2 different factories that we have to defend. These are the mech factories that, do robots and weird sort of silica and all sorts of crazy, daisy, ridiculous things. I don't know what that is. Cannon mech? It's a mech that's going to deal damage somewhere. Not powered currently. Okay, alpha unit are more powerful. So this might be something that we have to keep an eye on. We don't have to defend this from dealing damage. We just have to keep an eye on what it's going to do. So it can do 3 damage. Oh, gross. That's a lot. But we're going to punch over here. 2 damage to this. It's going to do 1 damage to that. It's going to clear the way. Boom. There it goes. We're going to move Silica up here. Deal 2 damage over onto this. Bam. There that goes. And this is going to deal a lot of damage potentially. So we're going to shift Sergey out of the way and push this bug over onto the ice. There it is. No damage rolling in. Everything is going to be just fine. We're going to see what happens when this robot over here wakes up. Yeah, that's something that we're probably going to have to fight. You can see it's colored purple as a potential enemy. Yeah, it's dealing damage to it as well. Now, we could have gone in there and dealt damage while it was inactive, but we had some other Vec to take care of. This is only 1, so it's something that we can work on. Not the end of the world. Let's see. Deal 2 damage there. Can this get up there? Not quite, but it can get up here. So we're going to move up with Silica. We're going to blast this bug over there. It's going to deal 1 damage into this and deal some damage there. This is going to do the damage over there with the artillery mech. And last but not least, we're going to move Lily up and punch this Hornet off from this objective. And there we go. Largely cleared the board. That's going to deal damage. Everything is going to be fine. It'll work out all right. And Bazap, there it is, taken care of. We are currently still defending the factories. Doing a good job. Hornet's flying all the way over there. And another one has popped back up. Another mech factory unit produced. So, I think we're just going to come down here. We're going to punch this up. We're going to lob this with our artillery. And now we're going to move Silica up over here. Blast this. There we go. And we're going to stop this one from showing up. This is going to bring us into 1 turn to victory. And with that, we're good to go. We're going to end the turn. There it is. We have won this particular round. Just like that. It's a snap of a finger. Less than 5 minutes. Doing some fantastic stuff. And we got ourselves some additional reputations. Oh, man. It's just lightning speed. It's so good. Now, because of how we've explored this is the last possible one that we can take. And these are going to fall off into the ocean due to seismic activity. It is what it is. We've taken that risk. Now, end battle with less than 4 mech damage and protect the coal plant. I think we can probably do that. Up here's the coal plant in this region. And there are bugs, there are Vec and robots and things frozen away. Oh, Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll just kind of hang out. We'll set Silica up here in kind of a good line of firing zone. Down a little bit, and we'll see how that rolls. I'm curious to see how this one is going to handle. Oh, boy, the bugs and the robots broke out. That's not good. That's not good at all. Thankfully, this is right where we need it to be. Bazap, there it is. And we're going to punch this out of the way over there. Boom, there we go. Everything else seems okay. So we're going to end that turn. We're going to leave our Sergey mech over there as well. The ice is breaking free. Another bug, a Vec, is popping out. Not fantastic, but we're going to do some good damage here. I think it'll be all right. 1-shot blast. There it goes. 2nd shot over there. Boom, and done. And just like that, we are ready to rock and roll on to the next level. Victory in 3 turns. Ooh. Another robot showing up. Another one down here. Another Vec showing up as well. A Firefly doing some damage. We're unlikely to be able to move that one well out of their firing range. So we're going to do this. We're going to attack the mountain and shift this up. There we go. Doing damage on into there. And what's the attack order? That's going to go first before the Vec does. That's important to note. So we're going to get up here and we're going to smash this one. There we go. End the turn. Let that fire up there in the forest continue to burn. There it is. Smash, smash, smash. Doing its thing. Now, of course, we do get ourselves a Soldier Scion popping back up. Those suck. We got to deal with that. That is going to, of course, give Invigorating Spores plus 1 HP to all of the other mechs. Now, we could attack this, but it'll impact it into the building. So we're going to move Lily down here to this side, the northwest quadrant. Punch it down that way. And, of course, this is going to take both of our attacks here from Silica and our cannon mech. And that's going to be it. And with that, ladies and gents, bada boom, bada bing, we have completed that level. Just like that. Oh, man, I love it. Once you get into the rhythm, this just cruises, doing good stuff. I love it. Fantastic stuff. And, of course, Silica got promoted, which is pretty awesome. So Silica gets an additional mech move, which is going to be very, very helpful in the cannon mech. That is awesome. There these go, crunching all the way down. Boop, region lost. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we dive into the Pinnacle Robots' final battle here, their corporate HQ on their island, what do we have to do? Destroy the spider leader and protect the corporate tower. Oh, baby. What does this look like? What do we have? We've got a leaper down here. Again, one hit point, but these things can do so much damage. And a spider leader. What does this do? Smoke immunity, good to know. Massive and hive leader. Oh, and it throws out 2 to 3 spider eggs. Oh, that's not good. I don't know what spider eggs do. I'm assuming spiders pop up. Let's see. Spiderling egg. Moves 0. It's immune to stuff. Hatches into a spiderling. That's not good, chat. That's not good at all. Ugh, gross. We're going to set our cannon mech up there and our artillery mech over there. There's limited mobility that we have access to. Actually, we're going to move our artillery mech there. That way we can be on the ice to shift stuff back and forth. I hope that works. That could be, we could fall through the ice. I don't know. Oh boy. Oh boy, they're already hatched. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good at all. Gross. And there's even more popping up. Oh gosh, if we don't get on top of this, bad things are going to happen. Oh man, so it turns into water. If it's destroyed, hit twice. Okay. We're going to bazap that up. Sure. Yeah, that'll be fine. Boop. There we go. Taken care of. But we can't move. Now we're going to punch this out here. Again, we're just trying to get these spiderlings off of us. Thankfully, it only launched one, but this is going to be an adventure, chat, no matter what we do. Oh, gosh darn it. We're going to have to move back when we can't actually kill this thing just yet. We can bump it to the point where it can attack into the force and not do any damage, though. Because if I deal damage straight on there, it's going to push our own mech into that corporate tower, and it's going to be gone, most likely. 30% defense grid. That's pretty darn good. So there we go. What are we dealing with? How is this rolling? There it is, lighting the forest on fire. And, of course, there's a Blast Scion or a Soldier Scion showing up. It's a Soldier Scion, so they get more hit points. Oh, gross. Gross, gross, gross. Not that helpful right now. Ick. Well, we'll move up here. We'll blow that up, taking out the egg as well. That's really helpful. That's a really, really nice change of pace. Actually, we're not going to move our mech just yet. We're going to try to be cheeky. We're going to move up here and deal damage to this. Is going to push us into that, killing that, and we should still be free to move Lily. There we go. And now we're going to move up here and punch and crunch our way through. 2 damage. Bam. Not too shabby. I like it. See, that's the sort of unexpected mechanisms running through that I just like diving into. It's a lot of fun. It works out well. And now we've got a leaper. Thankfully, our artillery mech can deal with it. It'll be all right. And thankfully, our gun mech can deal with this. But we can't shoot twice because, unfortunately, it's going to push us back into that zone over there. So we're going to deal with this. We're going to attack this. It's going to push it into its own egg. Boom. There we go. The artillery mech is going to get down here, deal with this leaper. There it is. And Lily is going to go in, and we can't move. We're stuck here, so we're going to go and punch that up. There we go. Dealing with just 1 turn to victory after this. Ladies and gentlemen, if we clear this, we have completed the Pinnacle Robotics Island. And it's so good. Once you get the hang of what your mechs can do and how you're going to handle the Vec and how you're going to keep things together, it works out so well. Thankfully, Silica can deal damage to this, into that, and that should be everything we need to deal with right there. Boom! Just like that, the spider leader is down. One of our things is squared away. And the corporate tower is going to be safe as well. We're going to deal with Lily dealing into this, punching damage into this, taking care of that. Boom, boom. There it goes. And one last thing, we're going to move Sergey over here, and we're going to lob this over and take care of that as well. Boom. There it is. Oh, baby, we have 2 eggs left. Theoretically, we'll be able to deal with that as well. I don't know if they go away, but we're going to end the turn and see what happens. Oh, they just squish away. Victory in sight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have secured ourselves the Pinnacle Robotics Island. Oh, man. Awesome stuff. That is so, so cool. Well, let's spend our reputation. What can we get our hands on today? Vice grip, we can throw stuff around. That's all right. Gravwell, we don't have a science vessel. We don't have another science vessel. We can punch rocket fists. That's pretty cool. Not going to lie. You have to pay 2 to upgrade it to turn it into a rocket. That's pretty awesome. But in the meantime, we're just going to go in and buy 2 reactor cores. And my guess is overpower our grid. 32%. We're at that point where it's going into 1 out of every 3 impacts is just going to be able to be ignored, which is fantastic. We're going to come down here. Do we have enough? We have enough. Oh, yeah. 3 installations. Boom. There it is. +1 damage. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. This is going to be a dangerous, dangerous mech. 2 and 2. Oh, good stuff. Now, is there anything else that we can do here? We could put 1 more into one of these. And I think we're going to put it into this one here. We're going to put it into Lily's Punch Bot, the combat mech. Temporarily give it to here. And if we get access to 2 more, we'll bump that down here to the +2 damage. It'll be the way to go. We spent our reputation. Let's leave that island. There it is. And ladies and gents, we have completed the R.S.T. Corp Island. We have completed the Pinnacle Robotics Island. And all we have left is the Detritus Disposal. Now, next time we get together here on YouTube, we are going to go after the Detritus Disposal. And then we're going to immediately dive into the Volcanic Hive, the 5th and final island, as it were, the final mission, and we're going to see if we are successful. So thank you very much for stopping on by. Thank you very much for checking this out. As always, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.